The Nisero swamp is rich in power that comes from spirits that live there. The people of the swamp draw on that power for strength. They call these spirits Loas. Now make no mistake, Loas are not gods. They're not prayed to, they are not worshipped, they're simply served like kings. Loas can be called down for rituals by the warlocks that live in the swamp, to take part in services, receive offerings, or grant requests. They are strong to the eyes of those who live there, and can be either violent or malevolent. The choice is up to them, as every Loa is different and unique in their own right. Not unlike gods, but I like to think they have a little more personality. That's just my opinion. In this world of Zofa, Loas are monsters who have the abilities to create their own demiplanes where they can customize to their liking. Those that serve them are often given access to these demiplanes to have conversations to deepen their bonds and gain access to strong abilities. These abilities don't always come cheap though. Some demand a heavy price for what is asked. Sometimes an arm and a limb, sometimes it's your freedom. But I like to think that based on how many people still serve them with glee, those prices are a rare occurrence and don't always show up. Those who live in the Nisero swamp don't know how one becomes a Loa. The stories I've heard say age plays a factor along with an increase in power. But in my deep dive into the understanding of these spirits, the truth is most Loas are just as strong as they were before becoming Loas, with the added abilities to give power to others and an increase to certain skills. Skills that would increase or further their own desires and pleasurable activities. One thing they all share in common is their connection to a creature or a spirit known as Zelix. From what I can tell, Zelix is a name known only by one other person in all of the swamp. Maybe more if I haven't been paying attention, but it's a very unused name, an unrecognizable name. He is by far the strongest of what we call a Loa, and is the closest thing to be called a god in this world, the god of the swamp. It is said that he lives within the very center of the place known as the Deep Swamp, a sort of prison that all who cannot follow the rules of the swamp will go. A place that no one who's entered ever comes out. My theory, however, is that that's not entirely true. My theory is that many of the Loas could very well be reformed people who have been sent into the Deep Swamp, who have come out as Loas to live their lives under the servitude of Zeltics, but is able to live out all of their desires, to pursue all that they wish in freedom, as long as they continue to abide by the rules. There's another idea, however, that maybe these Loas did not come from the Deep Swamp, but are actually chosen by Zeltic himself to obtain such power, to then be able to pursue their desires, as I said before. However, in order for me to get any confirmation on any of these ideas, I have to go to the place that no one has returned from. And whether or not Zeltic is a benevolent or a cruel deity of the swamp, I do not want to test that theory. However, I am not a man who is unwilling to delve deep into dangerous territories, so maybe if I gain a party of my own, we'll probably delve deeper into that place and see what truths lie beyond the black veil. But for now, let's keep on with talking about the things that I have access to. So, until then, I'll just keep wandering.